What's up and welcome to the Sam Dracula channel. My name is Sam. I'm a Hornets fan, and we're talking NBA draft, night 2, round 2. The Hornets have made 2 selections. The draft is still going on as I'm recording this right now, full disclosure. So I have my one eye on my phone. I got my laptop over here, keeping an eye on things. But as I'm recording, I don't expect the Hornets to do anything else tonight. I'm going to wait until the draft is over to upload this just in case. But make sure you like this video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel because there's going to be a lot of news coming out of Charlotte this offseason. And I'm going to do my best to give you my thoughts on it as it happens. Now, if you're seeing this and you haven't seen my thoughts on the first round of the draft, I made a video earlier today. It's live on the channel right now. It's my thoughts on Knipple, McNeely, and the Mark Williams trade. Go check that out. I'll try to remember to link it on the screen somewhere. But in summary, though, last night the Hornets addressed offense, specifically perimeter shooting, in a big way. And them trading Mark Williams just made it a must that they draft a center with one of those picks, with 33 or 34. With that other pick, I was hoping they would go with a playmaker, a guy that can handle the ball, a guy that can get people involved, right? Not necessarily a scorer, not necessarily a defender, just a guy that can carry a tempo and create for others. I guess the value wasn't there for them in that spot, and they went with Sion James. More on him in a second. And big picture, what happened tonight, so far at least, it just doubles and triples down what we know about Jeff Peterson in this front office and what they value, right? They value work rate and toughness and that dog mentality. They took 2 dogs when the first picks, and they took 2 dogs tonight. And then comparing last year's draft to this year's draft, Charlotte went high upside, right? Young and high upside in the first round last year, and then older veteran player in the second round, right, with KJ Simpson. This year, similar thing. They took 2 one-and-done guys in the first round, and then this year they took 2 older, mature players in the second round. And I'm wondering if it's going to be part of Jeff Peterson. I hope someone asks Peterson about this, if this part of his philosophy, because it does make sense. Second round picks have a shorter window to make an impact. So for me, it makes sense. It does make sense to draft an older guy because you hope you hope to see what he's capable of quicker than a higher upside teenager that you would draft in the first round. With both selections, maturity high up there and defense high up there in the priority list, seemingly by the front office. So let's get into the picks themselves right now. So with the 33rd pick in the draft, the Charlotte Hornets picked Sion James from Duke. Yes, they went back to Durham for another player. Should we be surprised? No. Why? Because of this. All right, this is from 10 years ago. This is on the Duke YouTube channel. Watch and observe the greatness of Rick Schnall, Charlotte Hornets owner, on the rock, number 54, with the shooter sleeve on. Keep the movement, keep the lift, keep the shot, at the buzzer, ice cold game winner. This is why. One reason why. These players are good players. It's not the only reason, but this Duke thing is real. And I think going forward, if there's an opportunity to draft a Duke player, and they're going to do it. It's going to happen. I think this is part of this experience with the new ownership. And if it works, it works. I'm not mad at it on paper, right? But there seems to be a running theme here. Sion will bring defense, will bring physicality, will bring toughness, will bring basketball IQ. He played 5 years of college basketball at a high level, right? He's been a productive guy on defense as a team player, as a glue guy, and that's where his value is, and that's what you hope to see from him in summer league and preseason and whenever he gets an opportunity with the big team, with the Hornets, because I assume he's going to spend some time in Greensboro as well. The jumper is a bit suspect. It's not terrible, but it's not super reliable from what I've seen. So, you know, for his sake and for the sake of staying power in the league, that has to really click. And then you're talking about like a real like high value 3-and-D guy at that stage. Like that should be like the ceiling, so to speak, for what he could be in this grouping. But largely, yeah, defense, physicality, being a connective piece, being a smart player, right? Not making mistakes. That can play. You can play himself into another contract just doing those things alone. But yeah, that main thing of him being able to guard point guards and shooting guards at the next level could be key, right, to his success and for the Hornets' success. And with his size and strength, sorely missed. Like genuinely not since when Cody Martin was at the peak of his powers, or even Dennis Smith Jr. have the Hornets had a player like that, like a dog perimeter defender, right, at the guard or wing spot. So this is a real need, a real need. So I'd give it like a C plus. Like, it makes sense. It's not exciting. It's not a ton of upside there, but it is just like a super solid pick. So with the 34th pick, we finally got a center. It's like the front office was trolling us a little bit, because they could have done this at 33. I think they wanted Hornets fans just to wait just a little bit longer to get a center, but they got a center. They finally did it. After trading away Mark Williams, they addressed it. They passed on an opportunity to draft a center at 29. They did it. They passed again at 33, but they did it at 34. Better late than never. And Kalkbrenner is a rim protecting dog. So like with James, a lot of college basketball played by Kalkbrenner. A lot. 5 years of college basketball. A lot of tape, a lot of opportunity, and a lot of polishing. I think he can contribute right away for Charlotte, like right away, and expedite a Nurkic trade. And I think there's a very real possibility that Kalkbrenner is the starting center by the time the season ends. I think that's a real possibility for his skill set, plus what the Hornets desperately need, right, from a rim protection point of view. Because they're going back to how the team's kind of what the team does well and what they don't do well, at least on paper, right? They're shaping up to be a really solid offensive team, but the defensive side is lacking, right? And having Knipple, LaMelo, Brandon Miller, and Miles Bridges out there, you need that defensive anchor. That's a big body, right? Diabate is a solid defender, but he is undersized, and Nurkic is kind of a statue out there. Kalkbrenner can be that happy medium between the two as a real defensive anchor in the half court, and I'm excited about it. I'm really happy with this pick. It's not just defense. Like, in the pick and roll on offense, like him and LaMelo, like the pick and roll possibilities are really exciting because he's really nice coming off of screens and rolling to the rim. Like, there's a lot of promise there. The shot is like okay, like it's okay. I think like he's not gonna stretch the floor, but I think it's okay, and I think it will translate to be something that is honored and like a jumper that has to be like respected to a certain degree. I don't want to say he's like Nas Reed or like Towns or anything like that, gonna be bombing threes, but I think that shot can translate to the NBA. I mean, the issue with him is he can be like targeted like none other. If he gets switched onto a guard, it's gonna be a long day for him. But he's really nice in drop coverage, so there is that element to it. And then maybe there's a world where you have Diabate and him out there at the same time, and you're really holding things down. Or Grant Williams and Kalkbrenner, like their looks, the Hornets can roll out. Even Tajon Salon with his size and athleticism that can make up for Kalkbrenner's lack of athleticism and flexibility defending multiple positions. And by all accounts, the shot blocking is very real, and depending on who you read and what you consume from like a scouting report point of view, he may be the best shot blocker in the draft. And so to get a guy with an elite skill, like a real useful and needed skill with the 34th pick in the draft, that's a big day for Charlotte. So that's an A. That's an A draft pick, a grade from me without a doubt. From Knipple to McNeely to Sion James to Kalkbrenner, every single one of those guys is tough as hell. Every single one of those dudes is a competitor each individual is bought in. Each individual has good to great basketball IQ, and that's all you can hope for at this stage before any game is played, that you're bringing guys in that have high engines and work rates, and that love and understand the game of basketball. From this point on, it's on to the coaches to get the most out of them. It's on the players to execute. That's a whole different thing. But from a draft point of view and just kind of analyzing all the prospects and the potential fit, the Hornets kind of smashed it, man. Like they I think it's from day 1 to day 2 combined, I think it's a strong A, like a strong A, grading the entire draft, including the Mark Williams trade. Much better than last year, and it's not even close. I hated last year's draft. This year's much better, much better. And then, by the way, I know I wanted Ace Bailey. That's not a secret. But the fact that he didn't show up to Utah for all the press conference stuff, I'm glad they took. I'm even more happy that the Hornets took Knipple with the 4th pick, because I'm so happy we don't have to deal with any of that stuff right now, man. W selection. Shouts to Con Knipple and Liam McNeely for coming to Charlotte, so showing up to Charlotte today, showing up to work. I love it. I'm glad they're showing up to work. So this Hornets rebuild project, I think it is going according to plan, as best as you can plan for it. The Hornets are developing a real identity around toughness and basketball IQ and work rate and engine and effort. Like they're really creating a prototype of player that they're trying to bring in here, and will hopefully lift everything up to the play-in and eventual playoffs, and then hopefully an NBA championship at some point. But so far, through 2 draft cycles, this one has gone way better than the last one. And I feel confident that Jeff Peterson has a plan. He definitely has a vision for what he wants to see out of this team. And it's up to the coaching staff and the players to get the most out of it. Today, this is still not a play-in team, not even. Like, they were still heading towards the lottery next year, and that's fine with me. That's fine, dog. Like, I'm okay with it. I don't want that forever, but given the state of the roster currently, given the mistakes of the past, you can't just jump from this to that. Like, it's got to be a slow progression, and the Hornets, I think, are headed in the right direction as of right now. Free agency opens up. Who the hell knows what could happen? This league is doing some crazy things. These teams are doing some crazy things. Hopefully the Hornets can remain calm and remain opportunistic throughout it all and collect assets, maybe take on some money for their efforts, add some more future picks maybe, and then when it's time to cash in, they could really go for it. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. It's been a fun couple of days as a Hornets fan. I really like the direction they're going in with these young guys. So leave a like if you like what you've seen from the draft. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Go check out my video on the first round draft picks. I also did a 4-hour live stream during the entire first round. That's on the channel as well if you want to see my reaction to the Mark Williams deal, the idea of Vasiljevic coming back, both first round draft picks, etc. And all the other picks from the first round. That's on the channel. So that's enough. That's enough for me yapping. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for coming through, checking out the channel. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe one more time, and stay safe. I've been Sam. You've been great. Peace.